Well then, first episode of the year. I'm excited. Are you excited? Let's hope I'm recording this better this time, because you know me, I'm terrible at recording. Hello, and welcome back to The Lion's Den. I'm your host, Matt, as always, and it's getting cold. It's been really cold, I'll be honest. We've had a few days where it's been freezing, literally, like under 0 degrees Celsius. So yeah, that's been interesting. Found there was a bit of black mold along my windowsill, had to clean that up. Love the smell of bleach. I don't think anybody loves the smell of bleach, to be perfectly honest, but hey ho, easy fix. Let's talk about some really weird and stupid stuff. Oh god, I keep making the microphone peak. I'm super sorry. This is gonna be a fun one to try and edit. Right. So I started work this week again after the holiday period, and it was weird. I thought I'd be more resistive to having to go back and do work, but I kind of just slipped straight into it. I think it helps that I start at 9 o'clock because it means I don't have to get up super early. I can get up at 8, and that's enough time to have breakfast, have a shower, and set my computer up ready to go. It's been an easy week as well. It's just mostly been sort of doing emails and maybe doing a couple application bits, and it's more the things to come, I believe, that will be interesting. So over the coming months, we're doing what are called offer holder days, which means that anybody who's got an application and has been given an offer can come to the university and explore the department a little bit more in detail, and you get to talk to student ambassadors about the course and stuff, and you also get to talk to academics, and they sometimes run activities as well, which is interesting, so they're kind of related to whatever course you're doing, so that'll be fun, and I am running some of them, so that's gonna be interesting. It does mean working some Saturdays, but I think it's only Saturday afternoon, so that's really not bad, and plus they have this thing called TOIL, which is time owed in lieu, so if you ever work outside of your normal contracted working hours, you can then claim it back. So basically, if I work 2 Saturday afternoons, that's basically a day, I believe. I'll have to check with them. So I can then just have a day off perfectly for free somewhere else. Or I can claim it as overtime. Whichever. I'd probably rather have the day off than the money, because it wouldn't be a massive amount of money for a single day, I don't think. I'm on a low salary. Yeah, but that's interesting. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll make some notes and update you guys about how that's going. The next thing is, my Smash training has been going rather well, to be honest. At the start of this year, or perhaps last year, weird, awkward, because it was the week running up to New Year's, so it kind of crosses both of them. I asked a couple people sort of, what's the best thing I should really be doing? Because I feel like I'm getting better, but I'm hitting a wall and I'm not doing very well. And they were like, you really need to just sit down with a single character and learn them. So I said, okay, fine, I'll do that. And I gave myself 2 weeks to sit down with a character and really learn them. Now, obviously, I started out with Falco, so that's the first character. I then said, right, okay, I'm actually going to sit down with him and learn stuff. Because I'd been kind of watching some videos, maybe learning the odd combo, but sort of just trying to muddle my way through and hope that by playing people I'd get better. That's definitely not how it works. So I looked up some guides, I found some training resources. The Discord is really useful because, there are people in there who are infinitely better with the character than I am, so asking them for advice is super useful, and also they can provide their own resources that they may have used, or even resources they've created. That's super useful. I've been also making notes as I play, because it's great to have a giant Google Doc with all of the information, but trying to access that whilst you're playing is not at all easy. So having a little notebook with some of the common stuff I'd need to know, that's super helpful. And I think another thing is basic movement. I've been trying to tighten up my basic movement, so just kind of getting around and not fumbling and misinputting stuff. That's a really big part of the game. If you're inputting the incorrect move, it's not going to go very well. And learning the sort of the minutiae or the like weird stuff of the game that makes other things possible, chiefly buffering stuff. That is something I did not understand at all, and is a real reason why I was a lot slower than other people, I believe, is because they knew how to buffer things and I didn't, so yeah, but it's going well. I spent a whole week just kind of playing by myself. I was going to say playing with myself, but that sounds completely wrong. Just in the training room, practicing combos, reading guides, watching videos about things to do. And then I actually went and played people this week. Now that is a whole different story. So the first thing is, I'm worse, but I'm better. I'm worse because I'm slower, but I'm better because I'm thinking of the correct things. And my friends were saying, like, I can see you're doing the right things. You're just a bit slow now because you're having to think about the correct things. So that's really enlightening. And I mean, the funny thing is I got 3-stocked in one match, but I've never been happier to be 3-stocked because one, I enjoyed it, and two, I knew I was doing good stuff. And they were like, yeah, you were doing good stuff. I just need to do more of it, which comes with time. So, that's the other thing is like, I'm enjoying Falco again. I was not enjoying him for ages because he just felt kind of clunky, even though he was the first character I picked up and started getting decent with. But yeah, obviously there's today and tomorrow for this week, and then I think I'll switch to maybe Young Link because he was the other character I played quite a bit of before my training journey began like a year ago. But I might also pick up Captain Falcon because he is just fun. So, and the idea behind that is if I can play them for 2 weeks and enjoy them more and perhaps maybe get up to a good level, then maybe they should become my main. If not, maybe I'll go back to Falco and then go, oh yeah, actually he's really good and really fun and I like it. So we'll see how that goes. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is really random, but it's because I'd seen some videos about it. Mario Kart 8, the original, came out in like 2014. That was nearly 8 years ago. Nintendo, when are we getting Mario Kart 9, please? They gave us Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, obviously on the Switch, which had a lot of quality of life changes, and the whole battle mode was completely revamped because it was absolute hot garbage on the Wii U version. But I have been one of those annoying people who said, I bought the game on Wii U, why should I buy it again on Switch? I nearly bought it again, I'll be perfectly honest. Words. Before the whole Omnom variant, as I like to call it, kind of ruined everything last year, or the back end of last year. I was going to GameStop nights, and I played some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe there with friends, and having not played it in ages, and then picking up and playing 200cc's, I was like, damn, this is really good fun. But I think the thing is, it was really fun to play, but also really fun because I was with friends. I don't know how good it would be if I played it on my own. Obviously, I can play online with friends, that would be another thing. But the thing that bugs me is it's still like 35-40 quid, which is like the price of a full-fledged game. You know, for that amount of money, I could buy something like Metroid Dread, a brand new game that I've never played before and that I would actually enjoy because I played the demo and was really enthralled by the demo. So I'm reluctant to pay again for it. I kind of wanted to see if they would ever do a sort of discount thing. Because I bought, for example, Crash Team Racing and the Spyro Reignited trilogy through a company called Currys here in the UK, and got like stupid amounts of money off of it, like a good 15 odd quid off of these two games. So I was like, yeah, that's really good, but no such joy, sadly, is the annoying thing. But yeah, I might pick it up eventually if I just bite the bullet and fork out the money. But what I want to know is, when is Mario Kart 9 coming out? I had a whole list of points that I was going to talk about, but because the first thing is, if Mario Kart 9 exists and it's coming, what's the new mechanic, right? In DS, it was the whole drifting system. In GameCube, the Double Dash one, it was the 2-player karts. In 7, it was the introduction of gliders and the underwater stuff. In Wii, it was the introduction of bikes and the trick mechanic. And then in 8, it was the introduction of the anti-gravity. So what would 9 be? I don't know. There's so much that they've already covered. What could they possibly cover next? I'd really like them to maybe introduce changing tracks. I think that would be a cool mechanic. For example, there was a game on the PlayStation 3 called Split Second, which was made by Disney, as wild as that is. And one of the mechanics in that game was you built up a kind of attack gauge bar thing, and you could either trigger explosions on the course to try and disrupt the other drivers, or you could trigger an entire course change. So there'd be a huge explosion and a giant, collateral damage to the track, which would then physically change the route that you then drove. So maybe they could try something like that. I think that would be cool to have. If you could mix that with the anti-gravity mechanics, assuming they carry that forward, you could mix in, the track pieces rotating physically in space, and then if you time it wrong, you end up going on a different path. Who knows? That's my wild thoughts for out there. Obviously, I think they will have to continue the anti-gravity to make sure that they can then remake Mario Kart 8 tracks in Mario Kart 9. Otherwise, how are you going to remake an anti-gravity track? Who knows? And the final thing I want would be the characters. Obviously, if they want to bring back the kart customization, fantastic. Honestly, it's kind of annoying because there's so many combinations and how do you know which is the best? But more importantly, the characters, I really want them to put Captain Falcon in 100%. I mean, they gave us Inklings, they gave us Villager and Isabel, they gave us Link, who doesn't even have a motor vehicle. Why can't we have Captain Falcon? They even had the Blue Falcon as like a kart customization and as a kart in, I think, Mario Kart Wii. So give us Falcon, please. I'll leave it off there. I hope you've all enjoyed listening to my wonderful ramblings, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.